say Kamito Nung Di with my camera person Georging Long.
Moi ase keles dote to.
Reporting for NLTV Sangamayor.
Watch Nagaland TV.
Ami as a reporter Rapinthang.
Welcome to Nagaland TV Somanulawas.
Nagaland TV Somanulawas.
Mara Machumi with camera person Benang Sanat for NLTV.
Nagaland TV Sob Manulaga Avaz.
Dear viewers, good morning. Apnan sob ke ami khan laga show Good Morning Nagaland te swagat kuri ase. Ami asena se.
Good morning viewers. Here we are with the first show of the day to boost and gear you up for the long day. But before we start the day, it is always good to go ahead with a positive thought. No, Asan?
Yes.
Here it is, a positive thought for the day.
How wonderful it is that nobody need to wait a single moment before starting to improve the world. Anne Frank.
Ami khan la din ke start kuri kina itu positive thought to Anne Frank pakwa ase. To I be another segment te jabo aro top headlines sai lo.
The district jail in Long Long was inaugurated on 18th November 2021 by Advisor Prisons and Printing and Stationery H. Haying. The program was also attended by Minister for Health and Family Welfare as Pangyu Phom, Advisor Duda and Bongko Konyak, and MLA as Kyoshu Yimchungwer.
Longnak Fruit Canning Factory in Mokokchung District restored on November 18, 2021. The complete replacement of obsolete machineries and refurbishment of factory sheds and other installations restores the factory.
The COVID-19 deaths and hospitalization are happening mostly among the unvaccinated states. The Department of Health and Family Welfare Nagaland stated the vaccination status of Nagaland stands at 100%, 11% for first dose, 2% for second dose and 87% for unvaccinated.
PM Modi will lay the foundation stone of a plant under Bharat Dynamic Hand-over Light Combat Helicopter, drones to the armed forces and inaugurate various development projects in Jhansi today.
Indian and Chinese diplomats on Thursday agreed on the need to find an early resolution to the remaining issues along the line of actual control in eastern Ladakh while fully abiding by bilateral agreements and protocols, so to restore peace and tranquility. We have gone through the headlines, the most important ones at the moment. Now we would like to go on to our next segment where we will be doing a print preview of some of the most prominent dailies of Nagaland. I would be going through Eastern Daily, a prominent newspaper from Nagaland, of course. The first story that I would be taking is skin-to-skin contact not needed for sexual assault under POSCO Act, says Supreme Court. Now, this is a big announcement coming in from the Supreme Court. This is a national story, of course, and it is, of course, a very big news coming in the name of, under the name of POSCO Act. It means, as stated by the Supreme Court on Thursday, it squashed the controversial skin-to-skin judgment of Bombay High Court or in case under the protection of children from sexual offences. Now, POSCO Act is a protection of children from sexual assaults and all sorts of sexual harassment that children are facing. Bombay High Court had earlier given a judgment that skin-to-skin touching or skin-to-skin touch does not mean sexual assault, but the Supreme Court has stated against it, and the High Court has held that no offence of sexual assault under the POSCO Act is made out if there is no direct skin-to-skin contact between an accused and victim. Now, this is a bench headed by Justice U. Lalit who set aside the High Court judgment and said that the act of touching the sexual part of a body or any other act involving physical contact, if done with sexual intention, would amount to sexual assault within the meaning of Section 7 of the POSCO Act. The purpose of the law, of course, means that cannot be allowed the offender to sneak out of the message of the law. This, of course, is a big announcement. Going on to a regional story now. Here we have 101 cases registered under economic offences in state. This is related to Dimapur and the state of Nagaland, and the state report comes from Dimapur. A total of 101 cases were registered under economic offences in Nagaland in 2020, according to the data released by National Crime Record Bureau. Now, out of the 101 registered cases, forgery, cheating, fraud accounted for the maximum number of cases with 82. That is the toll standing for forgery, cheating, fraud. And it is being followed by breach of criminal trust with 17 cases and 2 cases related to counterfeiting. Meanwhile, 122 cases were registered in 2019. Now, that is an alarming rate and something to ponder upon. The next story, of course, I have been trying to convey to our viewers that it is about time we get a bit more serious and a bit more vigilant about the COVID situation in the state, because the state is gearing up for a complete festive mood and there will be a lot of festivals coming in. We have 8 new COVID cases detected in the state yet again. Now, Nagaland has recorded 8 fresh cases on Thursday, which has now taken the total tally to 32,032, meaning active case load has declined to 131 with recovery of 19 patients. 19 patients have recovered in the last 24 hours and the state's cumulative recoveries now stands at 30,153. Death toll is unchanged, that meaning no fatalities have been reported in the last 24 hours, with it standing at 679. Now I would like to hand it over to Asan to go on with the next daily.
Thank you, Gargi. Well done. Moving on to Murung Express, the first lead is RSZ rally in solidarity for Ziminyu district. So we get to see that the Rengma Selo Z, which is also known as RSZ, yesterday on November 18 organized a motor rally in solidarity with the long-standing aspiration for Ziminyu district. The rally was taken out in pursuant to the resolutions adopted during the RSZ Executive Council meeting held on November 11 at Ziminyu, which was to implore upon the government to expedite the process for cremation of Ziminyu district. So the rally was flagged off at Rengma Sports Association ground Ziminyu and culminated at K Station. The next story that I would like to take is Nagaland losing up to rupees 4 per unit of energy. Well, this is a very sad news. Let me read the details of the story. Nagaland is losing up to rupees 4 per unit of electricity as per the latest official data. So the state has the widest gap between average cost of supply and average revenue realized in the country. But we can also see that in other northeastern states, it is only around rupees 1.5, including states like Gujarat, Andhra Pradesh and Goa. So the deploration revenue showing in Nagaland has been attributed to a variety of factors, among which is a term known in the energy trade and aggregated technical and commercial losses. The last news that I would like to take up is Alliance Air to launch Guwahati Shillong Dimapur flight. A very good news for all the travelers that would be traveling to Guwahati, Shillong and Dimapur. Well, we get to know that Alliance Air has announced the launch of a new flight from Guwahati to Shillong and onwards to Dimapur beginning from November 22. So a press release from the airlines informed that the flight will operate Guwahati to Shillong and onwards to Dimapur and back under the Government of India RCS Udan scheme. The airline will deploy its 70-seater aircraft to connect these cities. Well, that's a very good news, and I would like to conclude on that. I hope that American newspaper analysis aro gargi mujin raki khobar janai dise tatiba information paise koikina umit rakhi ase. So etia mon facts of the day jaikna sabo aji laga din te ki hoise edukan aibi selo.
Indira Gandhi, a central figure of the Indian National Congress, was born on November 19, 1917. Afghanistan, Iceland, and Sweden joined the United Nations on November 19, 1946. Kiran Rijiju, an Indian lawyer and politician from Arunachal Pradesh, was born on November 19, 1971.
Well, we have done a lot of serious work early in the morning, right? We've done the headlines, we've done the newspaper review, and we have also now gone through the facts of the day. It's time to lighten our mood and bring about a little of joy with a melodious song that we have for our viewers now.
She's only dancing with the shadows. Her skin is pale like modern wine. Heads up with a smile that she never let go. Blended with shots for the perfect cry. Blue, hurts yourself along with the sky. Please don't cry.
Gana Bramon सबके refresh कर दिखना उम्मीद रखी दिया से गर्गी मुझे भी backstage टेलीवी इमान बाल refresh कर दी से.
Yes, this has all indeed made us ready to start our day. With this, we have come to an end of our show, and we hope that we have energized the people and we have something more in stock, that is the weather reports. This is Gargiteka signing off.
Alright, to Asana say, please take the weather reports. Our kiki kam crew la say it one sop te dian brakurivi.
Nagaland TV, Stop Manulaga Awaz. Watch us live on Geo TV and on your television sets as well. For Dimapur viewers, we are